Yo, what's happening everyone? My name is Wayne. This bike right over here, that is the SALSA REDPOINT. Over there is a mountain that we're gonna go shred. This is the review video, so let's get that intro rolling. Alright, what a fitting place to do the review for this bike. I'm currently in Ojai, California, and my USA trip has come full circle. From where I collected this bike here in Ojai, California, I am back here to drop it off. If you want to see the spec on this bike and a little bit more about the geometry, then click on the link that's going to pop up on the corner of the screen just about now. Today's track we're going to be riding are the Pratt trails here in Ojai. Now, they are really good. Nice, rocky, gnarly coming down, a bit of technical climbing going up. It's everything that this bike wants. And also, I've got to say thank you to SALSA Bikes for loaning me this bike for my trip. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see a longer video, more in-depth review of this bike, join me on my Patreon account. This bike has got nice room in the front. The reach is really good. Comfortable up front here while sitting on this bike. I'm busy riding the medium-sized frame here, and there is plenty of room up on the cockpit area here. Let's get this out the way first. The climbing on this bike is not the best. It's okay. There is quite a lot of bobbing and energy drain happening when you are pedaling uphill on this bike. So I'm just locking this bike out completely and riding like that, and there's a big difference. I mean, there's not a hell of a lot of support on that back rear can, like anti-squat wise, to just give you a bit of extra boost getting over these obstacles. It's like when you do crank it down on those climbs, there's definitely some energy loss. This bike is really light straight out the box as you buy it. This bike will set you back $5,100. I don't know if that's good or bad here in America, but just the frame set alone will set you back about $2,400. Another sucky thing about this bike, it's got a press fit BB, and it has been creaking on occasion. But in its defense, the trails have been extremely dusty and dry out here. There's a simple way to check if it's your BB. There's a trail that we're going to be hitting. Oh my god, can't wait to get to the top there. Now that we are on top, this is where this bike really comes alive. 150 millimeters of rear squish, 160 millimeters of front squish up front on this RockShox Pike. This is the kind of trail that this bike wants to shred on. It feels extremely stable in the rough stuff, and when I say that, I mean this bike just wants to eat all that rough stuff up. It's also really stable at high speeds when you're cruising down like sick fast trails. This bike really opens up, man. It is really confidence inspiring. It makes you want to do things that you would normally not do on the descent, and it feels extremely stable in the rough stuff. Woo! Now this bike did take a little bit of getting used to. Firstly, the back sweep of these handlebars is different to what I've been riding in the past, so it felt a bit weird in the beginning, but now that I'm used to it, oh man, it feels really good. Yeah, ridiculously good in the rough stuff. High speeds, I feel super stable, super safe on it. I feel so good on it. I'm not even wearing knee guards because I know that this bike is gonna just devour everything. Now this SALSA REDPOINT is completely different to any of the other bikes I've ridden in the past. It takes a little bit more muscling, and it wants the aggressive rider. So if you are an aggressive rider, you love chucking the bike into the corners, and you love just like railing things, pushing the bike down into the dirt, then this is totally the bike for you, because that's ultimately what it wants. Like, if you're gonna pussyfoot with this bike, it's not gonna perform and you're gonna hate it. But if you are able to just drive this bike into the ground and ride it hard, you are going to freaking love it, just like I have been doing over the past couple of weeks of riding it. I have learned to love this bike, and man, it is phenomenal on the descents. It's not the most nimble feeling bike, and that's why I say that if you are an aggressive rider that can throw the bike down, throw it around, and just drive it into the ground, then you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it, actually, because it does take that extra muscling to make it come alive out on the trail. It's a phenomenal feeling bike. Usually, like the light bikes, they may feel a little bit flimsy and flexy out on the trail, but this one, even though the frame is super light, it feels like a burly bike. It doesn't feel squirrely in the rough. It feels really planted, really solid, going down all the rough stuff here. Really phenomenal bike, man. Wow. On the descents, climbing, however, is a different story, but I mean, man, this is just such a sick bike. Woo! I got around that, okay? Yeah. Cornering, like I said, you have to, at high speeds, you have to muscle it around the corners. One downside I do have is that it does get pretty noisy. I mean, I've been riding for a little while now with this bike, and it's developed some creaking and some clicking, mostly from the BB area that I hear. Yeah, sick. Yeah, some clicking, some creaking going down, but I mean, that's easy remedied with a service and whatever. If you want a bike for the bike park, you want a bike to shred out in the gnar, you got super gnarly trails out by you, you want to increase your skills at a rapid rate, you want a really confident, inspiring bike, this is definitely it. I rate this bike legit. You're not going to see a lot of them out there, which is a bonus as well, because you're not going to run into all your friends with the same bikes. They've definitely got a winner with this bike with regards to plowing, descending, and having a good amount of fun out on the trail. Man, I had so much fun on this bike. Every time I ride this bike, I have a smile on my face. It's going to be sad to hand it over to the mob shop right now. Hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified every time I drop a review, a ride video, or I go live. Punch that like button if you like the video, subscribe if you like my channel. Thanks for hooking up with me today. I will catch you on the next episode.